Hey everyone, and welcome back to my completionist playthrough of the Baldur's Gate Saga with the SCS mod. And let us proceed to the last district that we have to explore. And, oh yeah, here's a little conversation about the political situation between Amn and Baldur's Gate. And apparently there was always this, like, cat and mouse game with Amn to negotiate a better deal, but apparently not until now. There was never a serious suggestion of war. So the situation is getting more dangerous. Anyway, I was about to say that after having the last episode more focused on doing conversations and picking up quests and doing some role-playing oriented things, and now we will have some action. We'll have two notable fights here in this district, for which I am going to buff up, and we actually need to do a lot of healing. And actually, since Jaheira's, or while Jaheira is healing, I might also explore the area a little bit and pick up some stuff from the barrels. I think there's a scroll here. Yeah, I picked up the gold from the two other barrels there. Not you, Yeslik. I wanted to have Jaheira heal you. Did I unlock this door? Yeah. Jaheira might also heal yourself. Right here, I am going to buff up Senashira with a potion of defense for these two fights. It lasts for a while, and it's going to improve her armor class by a lot, and we're not actually going to be in any danger of magical attacks for now. We just need our physical stats to be in order. I'm going to do some little pre-buffs. MON is going to buff up his shield and with mirror images, because I want to immediately cast a spell once we enter. But let's wait a couple of seconds. And Koran, I think, is going to stay outside, and even Imoen is going to stay outside for a second. Or actually not Imoen, but Kirinai. And because once we enter, we're going to be immediately attacked by a couple of different creature types. First of all are these two Doom Guards, which are the most dangerous ones. They are pretty good fighters, and they have flame blades. And then we have these helmed horrors, which are less dangerous, and there are also 3 invisible stalkers in this room that are going to reveal themselves soon once they start attacking. Anyway, I'm going to wait for everyone to kind of come closer and bunch up a little bit. Come on, Doomguard. And now I'm going to cast Glitter Dust, because they are vulnerable to being blinded, and blindness is a really cool, really good debuff. And we'll see how that goes. Okay, a lot of them save versus spell, but 2 invisible stalkers got blinded. Unfortunately, none of the Doom Guards got blinded, which is what I hoped for the most. We can throw in some basic spells also at them. And Glitter Dust also reveals invisible or hidden targets, so that's why this invisible stalker, he didn't reveal himself until now with an attack, but he got revealed by the Glitter Dust. Yeah, the Doom Guards unfortunately didn't get blinded. They are the toughest ones. They are not immune to magic, as you can see, which is kind of nice. A lot of monsters like this who are pretty tough, they are oftentimes also immune to magic. You can see the damage. You know, as always, Senashira is always going to be vulnerable to critical hits in Baldur's Gate 1 as a Kensai, so that is unfortunate. I'm going to throw out some of these magic missiles just to... I'm kind of not using as many spells as I should on these, like, simpler encounters, because I always deem it like not worth it to use some spells, but there's no downside to this. In this playthrough, in this Let's Play, I'm resting more than I normally do, so I usually, you know, refresh my spells more often, and I'm just not making enough use of them, I guess. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Alright, we got some really nice experience for this fight, by the way. If you've been perhaps keeping track, there are 2,000 for the Helmed Horrors, and the Doom Guards, and 3,000 for the invisible stalkers. And they also have some pretty cool helmets. The Hound Horrors. Oh yeah, I'm saying horrors because there's one more guy, right? Yeah. Come on, buddy.
Yes, certainly.
Alright, let's finish him off. I'm not sure if I mentioned that, but they are... I didn't bring Koran over because they are all immune to missile damage. The Hound Horrors and the Doom Guards, the invisible stalkers, are 80% resistant to missile damage, so I didn't really want to bring him in. He can fight in melee, of course, with Varskona, but there's also this container here, but I'm not going to loot it just now because he's going to call the guards on us. I'm going to unlock it. Anyway, here's a mage, Degrodel. You have done well to bypass all my guardians. I should be angry with you, but to be truthful, I have been on the lookout for skilled adventurers. So I'd ask you, do you wish to help me in a task, or would you rather die? And if you say that you would want to die or threaten him, he's going to attack, but I don't want to fight him just yet. Let's see what he wants us to do. He has a quest for us. He recognizes us as Senashira, the adventurer who has been stirring up so much trouble in the recent past. Anyway, he tells us a story about an evil band of mercenaries who are all petrified while trying to break into the home of Ramazith. We've already met Ramazith. And so this is the other conversation that I've mentioned somewhere in the previous episode where Ramazith is mentioned. Anyway, so they were turns to stone. Anyhow, one of those adventurers had in his possession an item of power, the Helm of Balduran. Ramazith didn't know this at the time, and so after turning them all to stone, he simply sold their bodies to an art collector living in the heart of Baldur's Gate. And he sold them to Felonius Gist, that we've seen the estate of previously in the central district of Baldur's Gate, but I didn't enter there because there's nothing to do. I wanted to do this, well, let me back up a bit. There is definitely stuff that you can normally do to obtain certain items way quicker, but in this completionist playthrough I wanted to go kind of by the book and do this quest as you're kind of supposed to do it, I guess, when you're supposed to learn about certain items and where they are and whatnot. So this is the quest. We're going to go to Felonius Gist's manor soon. He's going to give us 6 scrolls of stone to flesh to unpetrify these guys that are, statues in that nobleman's manor now. So we're going to do that soon. That's all for now with the Degrodel. Now we can go over here. There's an inn with a very important, fateful name. The Helm and Cloak. And that name is going to be important for a certain reason. Anyway, let's enter here. And I would like this waiter to move out of this position. So I'm going to wait, I think, a little bit. Here there's this... oh, good. He's moving out. Okay, that is good. Go all the way up there, dude. Anyway, for now, what we want to do is prepare a little bit. Mirror images of Imoen unfortunately ran out. But... we're going to position ourselves like that. Anyway, here are the Merry Fools, the adventuring party that we've heard of before. Those are the ones that captured that basilisk who managed to break out of his magical slumber too quickly. And here's their leader, Gorpel Hind. He's very friendly. Wants to share a glass with Gorpel Hind and his band of merry fools. Seated with me are Farlok the Fearless, Turpin the Roaring Ranger, and Nelik, the most devious and fiendish of thieves. We owed him money, so he gets the good title. So anyway, he wants to share some tales, and if we are friendly to him as well, if we reciprocate and tell the tale of Cloakwood Mines, he's going to enjoy that. Your tales are tall, indeed, and we are richer for the telling. Consider yourselves honorary members of the Merry Fools, and may ale and friendship always flow within these hallowed halls. A toast, you drunkards, to Senashira and the winsome souls that surround us now. But anyway, that's not the end of adventuring business, because here comes Gretic, and I really wish this guy wouldn't move out. He's supposed to stay here, he's their archer, and I positioned Jaheira here to immediately engage him in melee, so we would limit his damage dealing capabilities. Anyway, Gretic approaches, and no matter what you say here, it's going to end up in a fight. So we're not going to I'll let him talk to us like that. The Molars of Undermountain, by the way, is this adventuring party's name. No one stands between the Molars and their ale. Anyway, this is actually not that tough of a fight, although they have a mage, they have a thief who wants to go invisible and backstab us. Surely, this guy is a fighter mage, I think, and this guy is their cleric, this guy is their archer, and Gretek is a pretty tough melee fighter, and from this fight you actually get the battle axe +2, and Gretek is wielding that right now.
Yes?
But Senashira has a -9 armor class against that, and you know what, we're also going to give her that slashing protection belt, so she actually is an effective -12 now against his axe. Jahira, unfortunately, is kind of useless here. Like I said, I had a plan to engage Katarak in here. Anyway, we're going to do some slight Armageddon tactics, which should actually seal the deal in this encounter here. I think the mage isn't really pre-buffed with much, although I am going to throw in a silence in there, because here's their cleric, a mage, and a fighter mage, I think. So if they get any of them get silenced, that's nice for us. And Koran, I guess, is going to aid Senashira in trying to kill Gretek for now. And with Jahira, I don't really have much to do with. I could use Defensive Harmony, maybe. Let's quickly cast that to give ourselves a little buff. Unfortunately, Senashira didn't get the armor class buff because she was too far away. Anyway, they quaff some potions. Gretek has a potion of freedom. And yeah, the thief went invisible. The archer had an oil of speed applied to him. And yeah, they failed their castings because of our Armageddon tactics. That mage actually died as a result of it. Alright, so that's pretty cool. Jahira, we can go into... This archer actually switched to a melee weapon because he was close enough to Senashira and just went into melee mode. And their cleric got silenced. So let's now engage... Everyone engage Gretek because he's the most dangerous. And these guys actually help you, which is pretty nice. They don't do much, but it's a nice idea. And yeah, that's why I wanted this waiter to go away from this area, because I wanted to use some explosives on those guys. And yeah, that's it. It can be way nastier with SCS, especially if you're just kind of caught out of position with no buffs and stuff like that. If you have your whole party in this choke point, for example, and then Gretek comes in, it can be way nastier. But if you know what's coming, it's not too bad. So we can talk to Gorpal Hint here. Of course, no one got injured, but that's pretty much his only line. So, we have been honored by your presence tonight and awed by your prowess. Yeah, some of our men are wounded. Come, men, and carry your wounds bravely. May the houses of Senashira and Gorpal Hind be ever graced with each other's friendship. Alright, so a nice meeting between different adventuring parties. That's pretty cool. And they actually leave for us some pretty decent loot. Especially Gretek. As you can see, he has that battle axe +2. These scrolls I'm going to give to someone else to hold on to. A potion of power also he didn't manage to drink, which is really nice. Although I think that's a static drop from him. Some arrows of ice. Oh, actually you can hold on to them. And some basic items here, although a nice potion of invisibility. And a potion of defense from that mage, which is really nice. Can you identify some of the stuff in one? Nope. Alright, and finally... Okay, 2 more potions of invisibility, that's very nice. Some arrows of fire. And 14 potions of invisibility now. That's very nice. That's a nice stack. And did I miss anyone? Nope. Anyway, let's go upstairs here. There's also a room upstairs here, like over there, but I'm not going to enter it just now. Just yet. Because there's going to be a reason to doing that and exploring more thoroughly soon, once we discover some info or learn about some stuff. Anyway, here are 2 guards that blocked the way. You can't pass through. And they're pretty friendly, actually, so there's really no reason to like kill them, although you do not get a reputation penalty of for killing them. That's why I quick saved, because I want to show you who's in there. But yeah, they're like frightfully sorry, but the room is off limits. Yeah, they have a rather nervous guest, so they're, you know, friendly, and there's no reason to kill them. So I'm going to reload after showing you this, because even though we don't get a reputation penalty, you know, I don't want to do it for role-playing reasons. And here we have a noblewoman, and if we ask more about her, she reveals that she's an emissary from the nation of Amn that has been sent to this barbaric city to help bridge the misunderstandings between our two peoples. Anyway, now I'm going to just reload and leave here. And yeah, we're going to be back later. So yeah, we got a little action. Got some cool fights here. Here we just have a healing potion upstairs that I will, of course, help myself to. There's quite a few things to do in this district, actually. There's this house with a little quest there. Here, there's another quest in this house, and we just have to unlock the door. And here's Quinn, and he tells us about his encounter with some Ankegs, together with his pal Nestor. And we've of course been carrying this Nestor's dagger for a long time on Imoen. That's from that Ankeg that was north of Tenya's home on the Baldur's Gate bridge map. So yeah, you can give him the dagger. And I don't think he minds, even if he sees us, yeah, that we take this horror scroll. But actually, even more notably, he has a longbow +1 here, which is a pretty unique piece of loot, actually. We of course have better bows, but still, can't miss out on that. Alright, there's quite a few houses to check out here and loot some pretty, well, maybe not that significant goodies, but still notable goodies. There's like this house, for example. And here this guy doesn't really mind us taking some stuff here, but he left to the other room. Shut up!
It is done.
You don't give me any lip. So you think you can mouth off here? Are you willing to back your words with some force, huh? Huh? And he's lying. Nothing of value here. There were certainly some valuable items, bro. Don't try to lie to me. Anyway, I'm not even going to get this potion into my potion case. That's going to be something that we're going to sell. Here's an inn. Oh, pal. So yeah, you can ask about some stuff going on. And if you choose this conversation option, he's actually going to tell us about the underseller and how some noble patrons, I guess, are sometimes seen there. Then they have to solicit some, or give some donations in order to remain anonymous. And I've chose this conversation option because this is exactly what happened with Ariana and Sirdamak. Apparently they had some encounter in the undercellar, which is, by the way, kind of a brothel underneath, or in the basement, kind of, or downstairs in the Blushing Mermaid. We're going to visit there later. And yeah, that's exactly what happened with Ariana. She was spotted there by Sirdamak, or maybe had like a fling with him or something, and then he, you know, just keeps blackmailing her so that it doesn't ruin her reputation. We're going to learn more about that once we encounter Sirdamak soon. And upstairs there's a boring old man. Boring old man. And this old man really is pretty boring, although you can ask him about some stuff. He actually has some pretty funny stories. It's this one, and there's a different one if you use a different conversation option. Yeah, and in this here section of rooms, there's one notable container with that potion of defense, and I think this one has some, yeah, some minor goodies. So another potion of defense, we really have a lot of nice potions of defense and potions of invulnerability. So now our Kensai ladies are going to have some resources to really buff up their armor class. Right, here's a passage to Entar Silvershield's estate that we're going to go to soon. If you have Eldoth, that evil bard, who's supposed to kind of like, you know, rescue the daughter of Entar Silvershield, Ski, kind of, you know, that's supposed to be trapped in that estate. He's actually going to initiate a conversation once you enter this district, and you only have like 24 hours to actually go there and do it, or he leaves permanently. Anyway, we have one thing to get from this home, from this shelf here, so we need to wait for her to go away, because I don't want to have these guards being sent after me. There's an amulet of protection +1 here. Alright, go away, dude. Actually, since this is going on, in this house there's not much, but this is a pretty unique house in the fact that it actually has this upstairs door where you can arrive in here to take this 22 gold. Alright, she left, so we can take that amulet of protection. Just in the nick of time, she was about to return to that kitchen and see what we were doing there. And here we have another quest. Come on, guys. And here's Faircass, and she's the one who wants that Algernon cloak. But you have to have a thief in your party, actually, for her to give you this quest, because she wants to, you know, just wants you to steal this cloak, not to kill him. So yeah, this Algernon's cloak, we are going to, you know, get rid of it now. It served us well for a lot, a large part of the game. It served us for a long time, but now is the time to get rid of it, I guess.
A stout hammer will fix most any bandit.
So as you can see, this is yet another example of this being totally not worth it normally. But since this is a completionist playthrough, I am going to do all quests, of course. But yeah, 300 experience and 200 gold for that. You know, totally not worth it. Keeping the cloak is way better. And yeah, it's been all this time that we've been using this cloak, but normally you would, you know, in your first playthrough, for example, you would only find out that Algernon has a unique cloak. Only here, after all this time, only now you would kind of find out about it. Anyway, here's is a home that's not empty. There's going to be two little girls here, Louise and Lerta. They're twins, and they're both 9. And Lerta says, "Mom and Dad don't believe us, but there's a bogeyman, or shouldn't they say boogeyman, that comes and looks in our window every night, some peeping Tom." We're real glad we're twins, because if there were only one of us, then there would be no one to hold on to when we get scared. So this is some really creepy business here. Anyway, here comes Jervis, or Gervis, or Gervais, whatever the case is. He says that he's a mage. The two young girls within that fateful room face a dark and uncertain future. They have already come under the eye of a powerful druid who goes by the name of Voltine, or Voltine. She has polymorphed herself into what I know not, in an effort to infiltrate the house and abduct the twins in the night. Please believe me, Voltine must be found, or the twins are in grave danger indeed. So yeah, there's another person showing up here, in this pervy, pedophile-like situation of what's going on here. Anyway, you can speak to her.
Yeah?
And of course, we already don't like her attitude. She's really annoying, actually. Her name is Voltinabuli, but you can call her Voltine if you wish. So Coran, of course, being Coran here. Such an exquisite beauty. Yeah, there's a dirty old mage in these parts. His name's Jervis, and he lurks around at night, peering in through people's windows. As it is a hobby you seem to share, may I presume that you are close acquaintances? Voltine, do not push me. I warn you. Let me warn you. So anyway, Jahira here mentions that she's a druid to smooth out the relations here. And anyway, we can confront Jervis. And also you can use a spell of Detect Evil, for example, to that is going to reveal that he is evil. And if you confront him he admits to having this hobby. And he actually doesn't have mirror images, which is pretty good. He only has stone skin. And I always point that out, but I have to do this again. As you can see, of course, stone skin ate the physical portion of damage, but since we have Ashidina, that beautiful warhammer that Senashira is wielding, that one electricity damage was enough to interrupt his spell. And now he's pretty much done. We cut through his stone skin and he's dead already. Okay, whoops. Jeez. Do better at clicking, man. Anyway, we are also going to position ourselves accordingly here, because we really don't like the attitude of Voltine here.
Yes, certainly.
Yeah, you have proved yourself to be of some use, after all. Yeah, because you were so useful in discovering what's going on here, right? And stopping Jervis at what he was doing. And she's actually some coward that actually fled Larswood when the bandits arrived, and she's giving us this type of attitude. I will not stand for it. And that's why you have to die. There. Are you happy now? Was it so smart for you to display that kind of attitude? Couldn't you have been nicer? Like a normal person? So now we have your 2 healing potions. Anyway, she also gives us a wand of polymorphing, which is actually a pretty powerful wand that I'm not going to use too often, I think, because it's kind of too good. Anyway, we can talk to the girls. And, yeah, you scared away the bogeyman, didn't you? Here, Mom says to give this scroll. Yeah, it's supposed to protect you from evil. That's just a protection from evil scroll.
Your concern?
Problem with that protection from evil level 1 spell is that it's only single target, of course, and doesn't really last for too long. Yeah, I think we've basically dealt with everything here except the estate. So I'm going to explore here a little bit, unlock that door with Imoen, and while she's on that, there's some gold here, and in one of these chests there's a club. There it is. A club +1 and a scroll. I'm just going to reveal more of this area so you can see the nice looking building. Alright.
I am here.
Let us enter.
Your concern?
Very nice looking interiors. Because Entar Silvershield, like I mentioned, when we were in that diviner's tent, you can actually ask him who's the richest person in Baldur's Gate, and apparently it's Entar. Although Entar is now away on business, but if you have the unfinished business mod, they actually restore Entar, who actually has a couple of unique voice lines. And you can talk to him, you can even charm him to receive some different stuff that he says. Different reaction. There are 2 stairways up, one there and one on the other side of the building, and each one is guarded by this guard who's going to approach you. And I'm just going to kind of kite this guard away, because I want to loot these 2 chests, and I don't want him to call the guards. Alright, so here we should be fine. And basically he's going to call the guards on you, no matter what you say, unless it's this conversation option. If you say that you're from Waterdeep, he's going to be convinced by that. And also, since we have that Eddard Silvershield's fibula from that one caravan from a long time ago that Imoen's carrying, NPC Project gives us this additional option, and this is also going to work. But just to demonstrate, the Waterdeep conversation option works. He's convinced by that. We're going to open these 2 chests and get some goodies. But this is not even the main portion of the goodies.
It is done.
You can see quite a few gold and jewelry and a potion of magic blocking. Very nice. And this is a bad potion of, supposedly, you know, potion of invulnerability. There's nothing in these containers. And here's the other guard. And we can actually use the NPC Project option here, and he recognizes the household sigil.
Your concern?
And we can go and talk to Entar Silvershield's wife, Lady Silvershield. And I'm going to quick save here once we're in position, because there's a really cool addition from the NPC Project that I want you to see. If you have Koran, of course, Koran in your party. He's going to have a conversation with Lady Silvershield, but after he's done with her, she's going to leave, and we won't be able to do our quest. So first I'm just going to show you the conversation, the interjection that Koran has here. And of course, by the way, I'm talking about this, like clasp to a cloak, I guess, this fibula that we have in our possession.
Yeah, indeed.
Well, I never.
Alright, so we're obviously not supposed to be in her room, and this is the funny thing. Like, let me handle this, Seneschir. So yeah, he is going to successfully like woo her, I guess, charm her. Yeah, apparently there is a rumor that Lady Brilla Silvershield is the most beautiful lady in Baldur's Gate. Was it all over the town? Oh. The rumors lie, milady. What? After a dramatic pause, you are the loveliest woman in the world. May I have the privilege of kissing your slender, elegant fingers? Certainly. Wait, I think I know of you. I saw you at Lady Barayat's estate the very evening when her diamond and star sapphire necklace went missing. Serves her right too, the way she was parading it at every occasion. So yeah, the affairs of the nobles. So it goes on for a little while longer. Now, Koran knows what to say. How romantic. And yeah, she just leaves. And here, Koran gets a ring. I think it's supposed to be that he was able to steal that ring off of her where he went for the kiss, when he kissed her hand. So you get this little fire opal ring. But yeah, she just leaves, and we can't talk to her anymore. So I'm going to just quick load and go upstairs with only Seneshira.
It is done.
And here we're going to have the normal dialogue options. And this one, of course, refers to the quest. And that is sad news that finally provides a little bit more of a satisfying conclusion to that quest with the caravan about the demise of her dear, dear stepson. And we actually get 3,000 experience for that. There's nothing in her room. The main goodies are on the other side of this this floor. And unfortunately we're going to have to deal with some guards. I mean, the guards are going to be called. We're going to have to orchestrate this well enough so that, because I think even if there's like no one in this room, they will always call the guards. I guess they can hear you from this kitchen or something. You will always pretty much get, even if Ski here exits the room, the guards are going to get called on you pretty much always. So we have to do this well enough before they actually keep spawning and we lose reputation for stealing. And like I said, this is something that I don't enjoy doing, but you will see how many goodies there are in these 3 containers here. Anyway, another thing is that here we have Ski, and she is, I'm pretty sure of it, the NPC, the recruitable NPC that people have had the least experience with, because she is not only available now, so late in the game, but you also have to have Eldoth in your party to be able to even recruit her. I'm going to demonstrate that in a second. If you don't have Eldoth and you talk to her, there's a couple of conversation options, but no matter what you say, she's not going to be fooled and she's going to call the guards. So I'm just going to quick load here. There's also Jessup, which I want to point to. If you have Eldoth and you manage to recruit Ski to supposedly, you know, like rescue her from her sheltered, spoiled life in this state, he is going to approach and initiate a conversation. He doesn't say anything now. He's going to initiate a conversation, just, you know, for some added RP flavor, I guess. But I pointed him because this is yet another name that's reused, I guess, in Baldur's Gate 2, where if you have the Warrior Stronghold, the Diarnese Keep, there's a quest along the quest chain. One part of it is that you have to choose between one of 2 suitors for a maid of yours to get married off to, and one of them is Jessup. Jessup is the good ranger that likes to drink a little bit too much, but is otherwise her love, I guess. And the other one is a rich noble, who is not her true love, but can, I guess, take care of her with his money and whatnot. Actually, you have some free slots in your inventory. We have to really do this quite well
What you want? I am gone.
Yeah, indeed.
to be able to leave before the guards actually spawn.
Nature's
I am
servant
here.
awaits.
Anyway,
Indeed.
here is the main portion of the goodies. Some really nice potions, and also
Yep, I am gone.
okay, I'm not positioned properly. So here's a Laurel tier necklace. This is the one that's worth 3,000 gold.
It is done.
Oh yeah, this magic blocking potion from downstairs. Yeah, some really good stuff.
I care not. I am gone.
And yeah, yet another cloak of protection +1. So I told you the one in the last episode wasn't the last one. Go, go, go. Okay.
It is done.
Because when the guards spawn, it's like no matter what, you're going to have like 3 conversation options. You can try to bribe them, but you always lose reputation. And this is kind of, well, this is not even that cheesy. We just kind of, ran downstairs and maybe, missed the guards on the way. So maybe this instance didn't look so cheesy, but like I said many times before, I really don't like doing stuff like that. But I just wanted to show you all these goodies, man. I really couldn't miss out on those. Alright, anyway, I think this is good for an episode now. I thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. There was a little bit more action in this one, and I'll see you next time.